Hi. Oh, the store's closed, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What time's it close?
At 2:30?
At 2:30. Okay, thank you. Good to know. Is there anywhere else like around to get like a drink or anything, or no? Is there nowhere else like even in the vicinity? It's okay. Okay. Thanks. Hey guys. Hey Burner. Hey Always the Minion. Hey Pinchy Dicky. Hey guys. So I was looking at the public safety agenda, and it's just like, you know what, I just like I gotta get down here, so I was stealing my way down here. It seems so desolate. Like, is there really going to be a meeting? But I have a good one. Hopefully there is. And you never know. It might bump into somebody. So, but it looks like there's going to be talking about like money or some kind of commission. The commissioner is going to be talking about what they do with human trafficking, as far as I guess the resources for them. And then there's another item 10. Yeah, which I can't think of on the top of my head right now. I'll have to look at I'll look at it when I get my agenda. I still have to wait, I think, for them to open up like I'm signed in, but I was hoping to come down here and get something to drink. Sorry, thank you. But the little cafe is closed. Okay, sorry, Kelly. It was like this is something that you can't call in anyway. It's like, but you can watch it on the channel 35. Sorry, thank you. I was just going through it and I just kind of found it, and I was like really prepared more for maybe tomorrow's meetings because of public works and everything, but I just kind of found it and I didn't even get a chance to really put it out there. So, but there's no call-ins. There's just, you had to come in person for their committee meetings. It's just a committee meeting, but I'm hoping I made that right decision to just kind of like, I just kind of didn't even think about it. It's kind of like, okay, let me run down there and see if I can get in, hopefully. Oh, thank you, Silva. Oh, Kelly, no, you can be frustrated at me too. Sorry. Well, it's all good. But you know, we're getting, you know, it's like we don't know all. I don't. These are like the city hall committee meetings and stuff. It's all kind of new to me too. I'm learning about it too. Like, you know, when they meet, and it's just like it's going to take time to get up and running. Now, up to eventually, we'll be able to. You know, we could. I know they allow for putting public comments like the night before and stuff like that. So that's a good way to handle these committee meetings if we can't go in person. I'd like to be able to go in person more often. I know I can't go to every last one of them, but I was glad I was able to. I couldn't go this morning. I couldn't do like the main council meeting or anything. But I'm like, you know what? I could get down here for this. So, you know, let me travel, you know, over 2 hours for 3 minutes. But that's okay. I spoke out. Oh, Amy was like, oh, thank you, Amy. I heard. I knew it was you. Oh, thanks, Kara, for being here. Thank you, thank you. Oh, and thank you for putting up the calendar. Yes, and what this is the public. Apparently, I couldn't have made it to the one before this either, but that one was canceled anyway, so it's good. But I was reading this agenda because I'm trying to go through. I'm going through all the agendas. I'm trying to find out when certain things are happening. I'm going to try to pay more scrutinized attention to, you know, all the different all the agendas, and what, you know, when I saw this one, I was like, no, this one someone has to be down here, so I'm here. So hopefully, Amy, you did great. You have nothing to be nervous about. I mean, I know we all can get nervous at times. It's okay, but you know, you did so great, and everyone did great. And with the police, I know poor Mona didn't. I mean, with the police one, they only give 45 minutes, and everyone wants to talk to the police commission. So there's always like 1 week I don't get picked, you know, 1 week Mona don't get picked. It goes back and forth. I think it's all kind of random, but we did get 3 people got to speak today, and um, I want to try to get motives. I'm gonna because I think a commissioner is going to be here today, and that's one of the reasons. Since she didn't get to speak, I want to hopefully talk to a commissioner and say, it's not fair that we can all put public comments in writing, and that does get published, so that is more maybe more effective in a sense, because we can, for the police commission, they do publish it, so anyone can read it. So if they're going through public comments, we can all have some good comments in there. But we also like to be able to speak to them while they're all there, because it's the inspector general's there, the commissioners are there, the police chief's there, so it's a really good one that, but like I said, it's so limited in time. We've been going to it for a long time, and it's hit or miss if you get called, but, it is what it is. Oh, towns are, it's really becoming something really exciting now with everyone. I'm glad. I've always, the meetings that, like trying to bend the ears of the people that can actually make a difference. Like, it's all important. Don't get me wrong. All the, whether we're sitting out front and protesting, signs protesting, the barbecues and just, bringing neighborhood awareness, all of it. It all matters. So I'm not going to say one's more important than the other. But for me, like, my comfort zone is more that, this is more my, I guess, my thing. I've been involved for a long time with, community stuff. But, sorry, I'm just trying. I think. When do they open up the hall for the meeting, the public safety meeting? Oh, that's a good question. I think it's right here. I signed up for it.
And there's nobody there right now?
Can I open up the door if it's closed and peek in? I don't want to I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want you to have to take me down and cuff me. No.
If it's open, it should be.
Like, if it's unlocked, I can go in.
If it's unlocked, you can go in.
Okay, all
It
right.
should be open.
All right. I don't want to be.
Unfortunately, I can't keep my spot.
No, I don't want you to be in trouble either. I don't want either of us in trouble. All right. Have a good one. Thank you, sir. All right. Oh, thank you, Susan. I truly do believe it's God's timing that we're, that, I don't know. It's just, I definitely feel like divine leading with all of this. That's me. Everyone has their own views, but that's my view. Okay, so here we are. Let me see. Okay, now it's locked. Yeah, he said famous last words. Oh, you can open it. It's fine. Yeah. And then Duarte take me down. Oh. Yeah, exactly. God's timing. That's how I look at it. Sometimes everything has to be in certain, all the pieces have to be in place for the right time, for things to happen. Thank you, Becky. I agree with you. It's like, right, whatever it is, like, it's all important. Like, I don't say anything's one more important than the other. Whether, even just talking about it on YouTube, or, spreading it even one-on-one with your, if people are maybe talking about it, whatever it's doing, it's all collectively working towards the same goal. So I'm all for all of it. Oh, there's a hurricane coming? Yikes. All right, thoughts and prayers to everyone dealing with the hurricane. I didn't even know that. Here I am, so spoiled. I'm crying about how it's going to be cold tonight. It's going to be in the 50s, and I'm crying like a baby. I better shut up with all my whining. It's a beautiful building. Thanks. Arizona, exactly. Right. It's everything's going to hit different, and you never know. It's not necessarily that one thing is going to, be the resolution. I think it's going to be a cumulative. You hear one person heard it, then maybe down the road, oh, look who we got. We got our... Hi. Yeah, oh yeah. We're going to be talking about Scientology. It's a cult. Nope, not yet. It's a cult. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm glad we're doing the court thing, and thank you, Kelly, for having that calendar going. I need to. Can I put it up in my notes so I can easily refer to it? Because I'm going to like this and here and there, to get all my, meeting info. So I love that you're putting that in there. Hey, Kirby's mom. It's like, hi always, and thank you too for all you do. Never in from PA. Papa Guy was dancing earlier to Moo Moo Guy. Oh man, that's funny. I know I missed it. I was like, I did. I don't know what time they were doing public comment. We did the police commission meeting and then the bar meeting, and so I was kind of, I couldn't do it, but that's awesome. I love when he dances to. Yeah, it's Wonder Powers Unite. I know he's got dancing skills. I hear your dancing skills were on point this morning. They're all telling me about it. He's got his dancing. And I don't want to be tased. I know. I was like, so watch out opening those doors. Faith can move mountains, Kirby's mom. I 100% believe that. He protects us. He's gonna, like he's, I don't know, it's just the time. It's right now is the time for it. I just believe that with all my heart. And I wish I knew about all this a long time ago, because they've been around here for a long time. I've interacted with them in many levels, for many times, dealing with the community stuff. But I had no idea, because they come across as so like, oh, we're here to help the community. We're gonna adopt, highways and we're different easements, and we're going to make it nice, and we're here to help with drugs. We're here to help with crime. We're here to roll up our sleeves, and man, they sound great, And I wish I had known years ago. I wish I had met Laura and Serge a few years ago. But you know what? It's all in timing. It's all in God's timing. And so, now's the time, and now we know. Me too, Susie. Like with everyone, right? Especially like like when you hear Serge and Laura talk about their experience, and any of the survivors. There's a survivor today. It's just it's fuel for me. For I know for me, I know a lot of us can say that's the fuel right there. That's a lot of the gasoline or I guess we're not supposed to be using gasoline. That's the electric charging station for to remember what this is about. And so I love it. And sorry, guys, I got you on early because I figured I might, there might be somebody interesting that comes through. So that's why I got on a little bit before the meeting. You done for the day?
That's it.
Oh, have a good end of your shift. He's done for the day. And this is no big parties, huh? That was fun crashing the party the other day. But I didn't really crash. I mean, they did let me in, but I guess it's crashing. Yeah, the survivor statements are extremely powerful. Hey, Heidi. I think most people still think they are just a little weird, right? But then they can put it all together. You know what? That exactly it. I mean, for years I just thought they were a little bit weird, or like. Okay, I didn't really understand it. It may be a cultish, but a cult with the, that wants to help. You know what I mean? Like they're a cult, but you know what I mean? They want to do good. That's how I took them. And it's like, I think that's how I think that's how the police take it. I think a lot of them, unless you're really in the know. But that's why they're going to be culpable, but they're not going to be able to get away with that anymore because so much awareness is coming, and that's what they can't stand. That the awareness is here. Like, they're going to have to deal with public awareness being changed. Hey, Fat Grammy. I'm glad you're here. Just let me... Oh, that's beautiful, Claudette. I thank you, and I do believe that justice will win, too. Yeah, Serge spoke at not at the police, but right, not at the police one, no. But he did get to speak at the bar one. And you know what? They were very patient because like it was a very specialized meeting, and they could have been real jerks about it and said, stay on topic, and they didn't. They just let everybody speak. And I don't know for how long they're going to be so patient and cordial, but for now, and I could, the look in their faces were like shock and like unbelief, and like I could tell that probably the vast majority of these people were hearing this stuff for the very first time. I got a very good vibe from them. So I think we just need to go hit them with education, and just tell them, hey, this is what's going on, and just, as long as they're, to say we need you guys, we need your help. Let us help you, help us, help you. That's what Mike always says. Like we're going to help us, help you, and it's so true. They were listening. I'm oh yeah, man. Well, Fat Grammy, she's like a ride or die with this stuff, like she's, everyone, if anyone is not following Fat Grammy, man, make sure you do. She does so much for this city, like what she's doing for this city and for, Scientology in general, but just for my city, all the city meetings, her and I have been, we were just doing our thing for months now. I'm glad it's getting, we're bigger and more people are attending, but for months she's been joining me on these city meetings. As she knows, she's becoming an expert in LA, and she's becoming quite the advocate for LA and for Scientology. She's, so I cannot thank her enough. So make sure, and she has always great content. Smart lady. Yeah, it's the long game. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, I think so too. I mean, I had to ask. I would think it's cathartic too to be able to speak out and say, what you need to say. Yeah, it's a beautiful building. So I'm just like going like rambling, like going back and forth, not knowing where to go. Wednesday, I did go take a tour on the top, but I didn't go to the tippy top because I was like, it was so desolate up there, and I was just, oh man, I was feeling kind of nervous. So I want to do like where they actually have the docent, take you up there. I'm going to ask them for the tour. It's really beautiful to see. You can see around the city like from that point of view. Oh yeah, so no, you didn't miss the meeting, Margie. We're just waiting for it. It starts at 3:30. This was really, I wasn't sure I was going to come. I saw it. It was like, I'm like, oh, just let me do it. And I'm glad I did. I just got to be bold and just go. It's a long way for me, like, but it's okay. It's, this is like the police and fire people and commission people. So this one was important. So I'm going to pay more mindful as to when this meeting is and be more mindful. So Kelly, we'll get this one on the calendar, even though you guys can't call in. For maybe the locals who are here, we could at least get here. Because I think this one is, besides public works and stuff, this one's important because, so I want to definitely be more like mindful as to when this one goes on. Yeah, just have to, I'm hoping it's so quiet, because I think everyone's done for the day, so I might not get interviews. But you know what? If they come to the meeting, there might be cops or I think a commissioner's on, like they're saying commission reports, so I'm hoping that means a commissioner's going to be here. Tomorrow, yeah, because tomorrow we have Public Works, see, I always stay for everything, so I'm not going to be able to do the city council one because Public Works, I speak to every single agenda item, like, so I'm going to miss, but then I believe there's the Public Works committee meeting afterwards too, so I want to hit that up, but I don't know if it's been canceled. You have to check it. Sometimes they cancel things last minute, so you always have to keep checking because they love to get out of work out here in City Hall. 14 items tomorrow for Public Works? Wait, Public Works, which one? Because there's two tomorrow. There's Public Works Commission, and then there's Public Works, the committee, if I'm not mistaken. and I believe there is a couple of what do you call it? I don't know how many committee meetings tomorrow. I don't know this stuff yet. I'm very new to doing the city hall stuff, so I got to learn it. Okay, in the morning. Okay, good. Where can we find the agenda? Okay, if someone can post it, they have their. I'm going to post when I get tonight, whatever. I'll post a community page too, as to where you can always find the meetings and agendas for Public Works, and then also for the city clerk. What do you call it? The city clerk calendar. Thank you, Fat Grammy. There we go. It should be at 10 a.m. Hippie chick. Public Works should be at 10 a.m. They might be putting their executive committee later. Yeah, DW. Thank you. Yeah, I'll do that. I've done it before, I think, but I'll do it again. I'll try to. I don't know if there's a way to pin that stuff to the top, but if not, and anyone could always ask, and then we could all, put it on our community pages if we want, because it's helpful. Because now, mind you, with the city council, you can call it the main meeting. You can call in, not on Zoom, but they have a different way of doing it by phone. Now, Public Works, the meeting you can call in on Zoom, but when it comes to the committee meetings for the city council, there's no call. You can call in to listen, but you can't speak. You have to be in person. That's why I'm here. Otherwise, I would have done this on Zoom or whatever. But it is what it is. Yeah, it should be 10 a.m. Oh, that's great, Kelly. If you're going to start, wow, it's a lot of work. So I appreciate that. That is a lot of work because there's a lot of agendas. And mind you, Public Works, now they all put their agendas out. They have to by Brown Act. They have to put it out 72 hours in advance. So you do get some advanced timing. But when it comes to Public Works, that's 2 meetings every week. Every Wednesday and Friday they meet. And now when it comes to City Council, their main meeting is every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday for their main meeting. But then their committee meetings, I know they all have a set schedule, like first and third Monday, whatever it is, but I don't know that yet. And I think the committees meet twice a month, if I'm not mistaken. I still need to look into that. But thank you, Kelly. Thank you. That is amazing. That if you're going to keep track of that, that's a huge job, and it's needed. And if you put it out there and share it, like we could all share it. If everyone just shares it to everyone, that'd be great. And mind you, with all of those, there's always like they all have different rules as to. Usually, it's like by 5 p.m. the day before the meeting. Some of them might have a little bit of variation. Some of them might be like the same day, whatever. If you look on the agenda, it will tell you. But they all have a way to make public comment by write-in. And so if people are, not comfortable with speaking yet, you can put it in, and if it says, people don't want to, so-and-so, I know they want your email or whatever, and if it's connected to your name and you don't want to put your name, you want to be anonymous, I would say just get a secondary email address, that you would use for your activism. I mean, that's what, mine's audit in LA, so it's, and that way that's your activism stuff and you don't have to intermingle it. So that's just my suggestion for that. Well, the neighborhood council minutes, no, they should have minutes, but the neighborhood councils are different. Like, right now, they're in transition because they were always in person only. Because you have to understand, the city would love to get rid of neighborhood councils. They were forced to take them because when they try to secede, I think I can go in there, from the city. When the valley tried to secede from the city, they compromised with this neighborhood council for more representation. But they don't like it, so they don't, but now since the pandemic, they're starting to where they kind of have to, they're kind of like slowly, some are hybrids where it's in person and on, Zoom, and some are trying to go, if they go all Zoom, but they still have to do 4 times a year in person, and some are just completely still in person, because there's certain rules that they made for them to even do Zoom. So that one's going to be a slow up and running. But like at least the ones that we need, East Hollywood and Central Hollywood, they are both Zoom and in person, which is great. I don't know about Hollywood United. Eventually, I want to go to that one. That's the one for La Poubelle. But they have a very hard time keeping quorum. So, and their meeting conflicts with a meeting that I attend on the same day. But a couple times I tried to, I was going to go to it and it was canceled. So they have quorum issues. But I did put in I put in a call of action to do public comments, and I did do that. Okay, so it's 1:30 tomorrow here for the council meeting one. Okay, thank you. So 10 o'clock, was it 10 or 10:30 tomorrow? I forget now. Is it 10? It's 10, right? 10 a.m. and then 1:30. And then, is there any other committee meetings? I don't know if I should go in. I'm going to go in soon. 10 a.m. Okay. And 14. Oh, we only get 10 minutes with that one, so you got to either pick and choose which agenda items you want. And see, before they were being sneaky, and I got them to admit that the 10 minutes does not include public's comment, because before they were counting it all as 10 minutes. And I asked for clarity, and then they had to tell the truth. So you really get 12 minutes total, which is better than 10, right? Okay, Kelly. Oh, and I'll probably just tag you, okay, like if I'm posting something up. So I try to post them. The only hard one is the police one. Moen and I have always been in competition of who gets picked that day. They only give 45 minutes for everyone, and everyone wants to talk to the police, so it's so ridiculous. Well, I should ask Goat Puppet about that. Should I thank you, Kelly?
Why don't you send the suit, sir? Get your ass out of here. No deal. Skip.
So I'm going to ask him about the 45-minute thing. I wonder if there's anything. I wonder who makes those rules. Let's see if it's open yet. Oh yeah, it's open. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't hold it. No, I got it. I wanted to hold it open for them. Sorry. It's like fighting with doors. Hi. Public safety meeting. Do we feel safer already? I want to see when they come in. Okay. All right. Oh, Jeannie, I love it. Call, please. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of cops here. So I want to speak on public comment. And then there's agenda item 2, which reads, Board of Police Commissioners report relative to the Los Angeles Police Department's analysis of resources allocated for victims of human trafficking. Imagine that. Hi. So we're going to get in. And number 10, I want to speak on. Oh, where's 10? Okay, here we go. Sorry, and I know I got to be more mindful that I ruffle the papers when people are in the meeting because it comes out so loud. Okay, number 10 is motion relative to protocols for emergency response roles and responsibilities when a multifamily residential building faces an incident such as a fire, flood, or landslide, and recommendations to streamline and improve multi-agency emergency response and related matters. Can we think of a building where that might be relative, relatable, and whether or not part of the protocol should be enforcing the permits that demand a 20-foot fire lane? How's that? So it's like two really solid. No, they don't take any of it seriously. No one can call in on this one, sadly. I mean, I wish. That's why I had to. That's why I ran down here. Like, I saw this and I'm like, I ran down here, because yeah, that was awesome, DOA. We're all thinking and praying for you too. You had to admit, it takes massive cojones to go up against Moxon. That takes cojones. And we are absolutely all hoping and praying for your, not only the victory, but I want you to win. I want all of you, everyone that's going through this lawfare, to win with prejudice. You know what I mean? Because when it's with prejudice, it's that extra oomph that says, you guys were wrong in doing this. You shouldn't have done this. It's like a slap on the hand. It's not as good as an anti-slap suit. That's the bigger. That's a punch in the nose. But the with prejudice is the slap on the hand, which is better than nothing. Yeah, no, I can imagine. It's we had to get through everyone else's case, and then it's just, and who knows who's next, for whatever stupid reason. It's just, it's unbelievable. Okay, here we go. Oh, hey, Bobby. That's fire department. It's like going to law school by baptism of fire, It's like, you'll all be law experts by the time this is over, maybe. Oh, he's got the same judge. Who's me? Oh, Duarte's here, and the other guy too. Mr. Clean, Timu, Mr. Clean, and Timu, TJ Hooker. Oh, man. Yeah, Kelly, maybe if you start seeing the same judge starts seeing a behavior pattern, and then they all get kicked out. That's what I mean. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's all relevant, and the hell the people going through it are going through, but these bogus cases might do more to, to wake up the judicial system than anything else. Like, especially if they see that the city attorney is complicit with it. That's what I'm hoping. And she, I would like to see her removed. She's not fit to serve this city, because you're not supposed to go against your political, it's not even her political opponents. Like, I know she's already accused of doing that, but why is she fighting Scientology's battle? Hey, Duarte, how you doing? Good. You feeling? No, you can't kick him out, because, man, that's my, we love Goat Puppet. We're all team Goat Puppet here. Yeah, man, yes, we all, because he says it like it is. Exactly, DOA, and like, that's what alarms me. Like that, like when I started seeing it, and with the police, and then now public works. When you think of it, people probably wonder why you go to public works meetings so faithfully. Well, because if we can't get public works to stop giving these endless permits and to open and make them force them to, do, like, get permits and all this stuff, like how the heck, Like, they've corrupted public works and streets. It's just that level. It's crazy, but that's not as bad as like but you have to get all of it out, you know. But the city attorney, I mean, that's complete compromise. LAPD, all of it. Fire, even a fire, and it's sad. It breaks my heart that fire. Nothing yet. We just meet. Bobby, you missed a lot of me just gabbing. I'm just here. We're gonna say hi to. Yeah. Oh, he's got a new coat. Oh, it's his like little coat.
Hey, sellout is here. Sellout soda.
There we go. We got the cell.
It's
Of course, you know what he's doing.
it's gonna be interesting. Who sell?
The union so he can get Jewish money.
Who sell out? Who sell out? Who is it? Who sell out? Oh,
Because
I need his help.
see Hugo's complaint against his landlord.
They did a Hugo Yaroslavsky hired a non-union people to do
Don't you want
a
to see
project in
Hugo's
District 5, you know.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's non-union people working on the Scientology. Well, do you know like the blue building in Scientology? They're having their Sea York people work on public streets, and they get paid $47 a week to be doing this work on public streets to fix a street. And where's the union there? You know, it's just there's a lot of disturbing.
When he said that he filed a complaint against his own landlord.
So we got.
His own landlord.
You're an employee. They tell you what time to be there.
Well, that's what we want to know.
You know what? That's a good point right there.
But we want to know what Hugo alleged his landlord did.
Do you think it might be a patrol bag?
That's what we want to know. We want to know what Hugo complained about. What was the complaint about?
Right.
His landlord. Oh, come on, Mooney Cow.
Right.
Don't cut us off now. Oh,
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh yeah, today that was F-bomb guy had a potty mouth. That was F-bomb guy, but he has a potty mouth too. Yeah, it's just. Yes. No, she's on the neighborhood council. No, I honestly, I have a lot to say about that, but I don't want to say it publicly.
For item 1, approve the Board of Police Commissioners report recommendations. For item 3, approve the CAO report recommendations. For item 4, approve the Board of Fire Commissioners report recommendations.
Does that mean we can't?
5, approve the CAO report.
I know, me too. Hopefully not.
6, approve the CAO report recommendation. For item 7, move to file the city attorney's report. For items 8 through 10, approve the motions as written. And for that, Mr. Devlin, would you please inform members of the public, guide them on.
I'm going to get I'll get my mic on and off. I'll be trying to edit. I hate it too. I don't like for me, it's absolutely.
You have 1 minute to speak on one agenda item or 2 minutes to speak on 2 or more items. In addition, those who would like to address the committee with general public comments will be provided 1 additional minute for a maximum of up to 3 minutes per person for all agenda items, including general public comments. We will inform you for your time.
I have a question.
When speaking on the
I'll ask you after.
agenda,
Because I have a question about the police commission one, about why it's only 45 minutes for public comment when everyone wants to talk to them, and you never get picked. Like, you have to talk. I mean, see, I did get called fine this time, but the other time I didn't. Like, what can we do to fight that? Yeah, it is. It's horrible. Thank you. Get going on it. Go, Papa. He's a local activist.
So we have few speakers, Audit LA, followed by Mike Greenspan, followed by. That's the political court, Black Box.
Oh, okay.
I don't need to go first.
Okay, yeah.
You want to,
No, I'll let him go. No, they can go first.
Yeah.
whatever you want to do.
There's no order.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
I'll let you go first.
I'm not trying to go first.
Hi, your
Hi.
name and the address you should speak on.
Okay, I go by Audit LA, and I would like to have public comment and speak on items 2 and 10.
Thank you. So 2 minutes for the items, 1 minute for public comment. Go
Okay, first on number 2, regarding the police commissioner's report on victims of human trafficking, I hope that that report will include the people, especially the children trafficked by Scientology. They actively recruit families of from foreign countries with the hope of a better life and what they're going to do for them, but it ends up being a living hell, especially if they get into their organizations, where you're required to work 110 hours a week for $47 a week. And so I'm hoping that, and there's a lot of victims that have cried out to LAPD, to City Council, to FBI, and a lot more, and it seems to have been falling on deaf ears. There, you know, if you can't listen to the victims that say they were trafficked from different countries, then you know, it seems like you're cherry picking which human trafficked victims you want to help. When it comes to number 10, okay, getting on with dealing with emergencies if there's multi-residential buildings, again, the blue building. I've been coming to meeting after meeting discussing that they are, by permit, forced to have a 20-foot fire lane on L. Ron Hubbard Way as they have it closed for permit after permit after permit that the city keeps granting them for special events. And there is no way you're going to get the right rigs in there if there is a collapse or any kind of event happening. And they do have a giant crack, by the way. And so as I see the fire department here, I hope they will push when they're doing their assessment for how to work together, that they will also not let any organization, whether it be Scientology or any organization, safe point them to the point to where they are complicit in allowing you know, a lane to be closed when it is demanded to be open. Okay, for my general public comment, is that time for my public comment? Okay, I am here to discuss about public safety in general. Okay, and I want to refer to you to the April 4th, LA Times, on April 4th, they did an article on Scientology's, I can't think of the word right now, but going after the LAPD, high-level detectives, and the prosecutor's office as well, anyone that was working on the Danny Masterson case. It was reported in April 4th, LA Times. The LAPD and the prosecutors could not find enough people to work on this case because they were terrified, okay, of being fair game. There, I found my words. Okay, they would say that they were ran off the road, that their houses were broken into. This is LAPD. What is LAPD doing to protect its own people against being fair gamed? You know, when they go after criminals like Danny Masterson, a 3-time convicted rapist. What if there's somebody else? Are you guys not going against them because of this fair gaming fear? Please help protect everyone from that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just for the record, Madam Chair, Councilmember Price.
Thank you. Which items would you like to speak on, Mr. Ginsburg?
All items in public comment.
Okay, we've got 2 minutes for the
Thank you, guys.
Okay, first thing, payment of a reward.
Thank you, guys. Very sweet. I
Here in
appreciate
the
it.
hit and run capital of the world.
Thank you for being here.
Remember the late John Walsh who always said, snitches get stitches. Maybe that's why you offer all these rewards, and then when the reward period expires, you renew it later.
I don't know why I'm shaking. It's harder to do in person.
Remember, if you got paid, or one got paid, and that fat pig Paul Corretz was doing the in-your-face John Walsh. But
Thank you, guys. I
number
appreciate
one
that.
road
Thank
that's been
you.
paid in this town. Now let's go
Thank you for
down
being here with me.
and look at good old number 5 about the training, evaluation, and management.
Yeah, it does get your
system for the
adrenaline
Los Angeles Police Department. Boy, they've done a great job. Why do I say that? That's the training people that trained Mitch Englander. And we all know what happened to Mitch Englander. He went from council to prison.
That's it.
Because he
Trying to get it all.
was a bribe taker.
Get a minute for each thing.
A bribe taker. He took money bribes, hotel room bribes, liquor bill bribes,
Thank you,
bribes.
guys.
Why he even brought his football along with him.
Oh, thank you, Bobby. That's very sweet.
So,
Thank
yeah,
you so
they've done
much.
a great job in their training.
You are amazing.
Now, we need to.
Did I find him? Okay,
talk
good.
about closing the park. I guess I guess, folks, you gotta get there early.
Thank you, Linda.
So we
It's
can
okay.
park if you wanna get your drugs.
You'll get there. I mean,
Whatever.
and if not, you can write in. Everyone can write in.
Because your missus wants to close it and everything else. After all, we only pay our taxes for these parks, but we never get to use them because they're always closed, there's always fencing around, something like that.
No, you don't have to live in California.
And, by the way, I'll see you.
You have a vested interest in what's going on.
Now, let me get to my general public comment. The good old police department, yes.
Thank you, guys. It's very sweet. Thank you.
Come to LA City Hall for money, more money. Now, the big union had $5 million a couple of years ago to spend on a candidate named RICKKK Caruso.
Good thing I had my
And
the agenda with me. I forgot about what 10 was for a second.
$5 million. Your union, crooked union, has $5 million to spend on a lowlife like Caruso after he spent $100 million of his own money. Then you sure don't need to come to city council for more money. You want these bells and whistles for your police stations and all the other.
I won't be able to speak again, but I want to hang around and try to talk to some of these people afterwards.
To spend on a lowlife candidate like Caruso, who always gave to Englander every time he had a chance, you've got money to pay for your bells and whistles. After all, it's our money, not yours, like you think it is. And by the way, you went back to school.
That's okay, Megaphone. I hope you feel better. You can't do it for this meeting. Well, but you can when there's a Zoom by raising your hand. I'll say raise hand.
Well, holy cow, all the fucking items of general comment.
You have 2 minutes for the others, 1 minute for the public.
It's good to see Tracy Peaches here. So we turn to number 4. Number 4. We want fee adjustments down, not up. I mean, they go up like the way Moni Cowley's court does. Then we have victims of human trafficking. You don't give a shit about human trafficking. As LAPD knows on Woodley Boulevard between Victory and Burbank, all the streetlights have been turned off by Eunice's little friend Amanda Padilda. And as a result, human trafficking is happening every day there. If you turn on the lights, the cops will show up. You don't care about any cow. You don't give a fuck about women that are trafficked at all. What about the reward? Yeah. What about this reward at number 1? Where was it? Who was involved? What council district was it in? I can't tell, Moni Cow. I can just look at it like a cow. And I can see a DR report. What the fuck is a DR? DR 1911? What's that? I think it's Jose Weezar's prison number. Oh! Is that what it was about? You're going to get one of those pretty soon, Bryce, next year, 2025. You're going to get your own DR number, too. Yes. What a terrible situation that you hide the information, or maybe somebody could help get the reward by not giving us any information about the reward. But we just saw Bert Blabenball here, that's in Budget and Finance tomorrow. We'll ask the Hebrew Jew. We'll ask him about the reward. With a public comment, you know, October is an important month. That's when Mr. Weezar reports for his 13-year stay in federal prison. Let's give him a hand. Yes, that's right. You have to do a lot when you have government immunity to go to the fucking big house. John, we should be there from what I hear, but maybe he's taking a deal or some shit. And Kurt Bryce, you got lucky, you didn't get indicted. The most you can get is 4 years. And if that Nathan Hochman wins that election, well, he just might cut you some slack and let you out in 6 months. And then you have Hugo Stalin, who admitted he made a complaint against his landlord. Did you use your office to gain an advantage of that complaint? And since you mentioned it, why can't we see it? We want to know what happened. And why somebody making $275,000 needs to be in a rent-controlled apartment? What a fucking pig.
Yes. To answer questions, I don't want to interrupt. No, the guy that called in earlier, we call him F-bomb guy. He's different. Yes, Go Puppet he's a lawyer, an activist. And
Seeing none, Mr. Guerrero, would you please call 1, 3 through 5, and then 7 through 10.
he puts the fear in their hearts because he knows everything about it. No, the earlier that wasn't him. That was someone else. I mean, not that he doesn't do about it, sometimes too. But what's the street with no lights? What's the street with no lights? You said between Burbank and
Oh, yeah. Woodley
Woodley?
and the Sepulveda Basin.
Okay.
Balboa, 75% of the lights are out. Burbank, 80% of the lights are out. All in the Sepulveda Basin. It's all completely dark at night in most of the places.
There's some other places too. I'm seeing it dark, but I didn't know if it was connected to. Yeah.
It's looking good.
Yeah, it's getting really bad. But great. All right. Good to see you, goat. I've got Duarte. I'm working on a Duarte compilation. Let's see. So Timu Mr. Clean. Timu TJ Hooker. Does that work? Yeah, no, actually his activism, he scares them because it looks like shtick, but he knows everything that's going on. He knows, like, they're scared of him. I mean, he gets swatted too, but they don't like it when he's here. And they're relieved, I guarantee it, when they don't, if he doesn't mention their names. But the Huizar thing, man. He always reminds them of Huizar. He's the one that's going to prison for corruption. Yeah, I had a big interview with him. I know his beginning story with this, but I didn't have the right. It didn't come out well. I should still post it, just so maybe you can hear little bits and pieces of it. But I might just do that. What's the goat say? Well, he goes by Goat Puppy. Yeah, I don't know if the goat has a name. I have to ask. Oh yeah, all her men.
Take a really strong posture on doing our best to eradicate.
And thank you, Karen and Fat Grammy for sharing it. I never ask, but if you want to, it's always appreciated. So thank you. Put it right back into this. He knows I do Scientology. Like, I think he has his own thing, but I haven't come out and asked him. But I'm slowly gonna pick his brain. He's a. So Huizar goes away now, huh? People are asking if Goat has his own name. Duarte. We call him Timu TJ Hooker and Timu Mr. Clean. It is beautiful building. I'm going to take the tour. I'm going to go sit out here, wait for them to come out. Yeah, thank you. Oh, yeah, he's
Okay, luckily I found the next one.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
I'll try to.
Yeah, it's a good picture of that molding cow, very good.
Yeah.
She's got the big flower.
Who's that? Which one?
Now, she doesn't wear the really large flowers since I made an issue of it.
He would, yeah.
Smoking scale.
don't think he does anything online. Yeah, we do give Scientology a hard time. They deserve it. They're a cult that human traffics. So I guess that's the end of it. But you know what? I still have batteries. I kind of want to stick around. Do I want to watch the end of the meeting, or do we want to watch them lie, or do we want to wait for them to come out? Yeah, I think he just does his own thing. Yeah, I mean, he's been around for years. Like I've heard, I finally got to meet him with all this coming down here, but I've definitely heard from him in different meetings, and so he keeps them on their toes. I don't like the language. He did good today. I mean, now this morning that was not him. I know everyone thought that was who we call now F-bomb guy, who like the most appalling. So I'm slowly trying to work on him. I'm gonna slowly just try to talk to him and say, hey, I did tell him. I said, look, I'm filming. I gotta edit you out. Like I can't even. We want to hear what you have to say besides that. Like, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in and to the tail end, and then I'm hoping I could see a commissioner or fire somebody. Since I do have I would like to get. I know I should get some goat puppet merch. He's a lawyer though. He'd sue me. Oh, thank you. I'll take LAPD to the rescue this time for this. Now rescue Scientology people. Okay, Duarte. We're gonna get them doing their jobs. I'm gonna ask where I can go. They don't want me going up the middle. But where can I go to where I can hear? Because I can't hear. I don't have the good. I'm going to get the better microphone so I can hopefully, they can hear. 'Cause I'm like live streaming, so it's like a media. I can go in the center. You let me this time. He almost arrested me. He was going to like take me down and like cuff me and tase me for going up that center aisle the other day. I am so scared of Duarte. I did cooperate, so I have to. I'm like terrified of this guy. No, he didn't even have to. He didn't have to pull it out. I should say. Yeah. Duarte's scary. Don't let no one tell you otherwise. He's terrifying. Yeah. Uh-huh. Hopefully you guys can hear. Listen to them lying. No, Duarte and I have known each other for years. I mean, we're not friends or anything, but just, dealing with the public stuff, we just know each other. So this comprehensive strategy, we're hoping in due time will help alleviate and eradicate it so that
I'm doing a compilation. I'm going to collect all the videos.
From January to
He's okay.
of this year, our South Bureau human trafficking team has rescued 6 adults and 97
He's not bad looking.
Last year alone, the South Bureau, we rescued
He's coming by guys meeting here. He had to have several appointments. He couldn't get here in time. Like, this wasn't planned for today. This was like me just saying, I gotta go. He's like, I can't. He had appointments.
19 pimping and pandering arrests and 42 supervising arrests.
It's so funny.
Related crimes. From January to October of this year, our Valley Bureau.
I can't bust him too hard. He gets me I need him to. He gets me where I can talk to talk to people. Like when I didn't call him, he went up to Krikorian and said, "Hey, can you take her?" So he gave me that favor and he gave me the box to charge when my thing was dying. So I had to tell the world he's sexy every now and then.
All human trafficking related.
Oh yeah, all human trafficking.
Committed to combating this issue, working collectively with our council district, with DCFS, with our county partners, with our nonprofits, with our mental health. And I want to hand it over to Chief Hamilton to talk a little bit about the work that they're doing
operationally
So
under
these are the
the
people.
leadership of the Detective Support and Vice Division.
Good afternoon. I'm going to be fairly brief.
Can you guys hear?
Hand it over to Lieutenant Oldfield to give some of the specifics and discuss kind of what our partnerships look like. I'm going to open with saying that we work very closely on the Detective Support Vice Division and Detective Bureau side with our partners throughout law enforcement and the various prosecutorial agencies. So one of the things I know we're going to talk about in terms of who we collaborate with, you probably saw publicly we discussed last month our recent collaboration with the U.S. Attorney's Office. That provides.
Thank you. Oh, it's meaning I saw something come through. If that was you, thank you. I don't know how to even make it work. I don't know much about that stuff.
But we're trying to take a multifaceted approach from the Detective Bureau side, where in the years that are coming up, as Councilor Rodriguez discussed, we're looking at putting that media and social media campaign out there, making sure that there's awareness, so that if families become aware that they're young, their children
I
are
appreciate that.
moving towards coming to LA for some of these events, etc. They'll have that awareness that they may be involving and engaging in that type of activity,
this is where.
that they need to monitor their children when they're online. So that's part of our strategy, getting that word out to social media. And then, of course, prior to those events occurring, we're going to make sure that we have our ears to the ground on intel, finding out where these long-term suspects that we deal with all the time, where they're bringing in trafficking victims, etc., and head that off the path from an investigative standpoint so we can prevent that victimization.
I need to find out where we can reach out to these guys. This is separate. Like a task force or what it is. I need to find this out.
That we're arresting those individuals, removing them from that activity, and then also providing a safe and effective path for them to exit the trafficking, the clutches of trafficking, and then making sure finally that we're taking effective means and measures to make sure that prosecution to the fullest extent of the law is occurring at whatever appropriate level we're going to get the maximum result to discourage that type of activity here in the city of Los Angeles. And finally, one of the things that we do, and I turn it over to Lieutenant Oldfield, we can also discuss, one of the things we do is track those statistics to make sure that we're being effective in the areas where we need to be effective, and that we're focusing our efforts in those areas like the criminal where we know there's a historical precedent here, and we're looking to get the lead for those activities. So I'm going to hand it over to Lieutenant Oldfield.
No, this is the police commission.
Standing by
Number 2.
the council asked about that.
Thank you, Chief, and thank you, Madam Chair, for here. I'm Lieutenant Oldfield, in charge of the Special Enforcement Section at the Detective Support and Vice Division. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about what we do in my office. I'm an investigator, is a dual member, works part-time with the FBI.
Yeah, I mean, he's not hard on the eyes. I'll admit to that.
He then takes that information that we have from our South Bureau and fellow those partners and gives them the bigger cases so that we can have proper investigative and
Great idea, Amy. See, you're getting your stride.
We're proud to say that we also work with the Department of Children and Family Services and working with a grant to then recover missing children who are victims of human trafficking.
I don't know, Kara. This is just the police commission. I'm gonna try to find out.
DCFS custody. We currently have 12 active cases.
I'm gonna try to find out.
And we actively work with DCFS. So part of that involved, we may not have a lot of resources at DCFS. We definitely have.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So Amy, you know what you're doing. That's why we need you. I'm glad you're doing this with us, because you can talk that language.
Human trafficking related felonies, and I'm happy to say that in 2024 we're actually up 25% from 35 from 28 year to date on these are good felony cases that go against the worst of the things that are out there.
Yeah, we're gonna work on that. Let's go. That's why I knew I had to come down here.
The operation for the FBI task force as
And I know the social service, or the social component, the agencies that work with CIFD are an important part of this effort as well, in terms of the kind of proactive engagement efforts. And so, we have this, I just want to make sure we give everybody an opportunity to cover their piece of the report. So Veronica and Jocelyn, welcome.
Thank you, Councilmember Rodriguez. We're excited to be here. This is so important to the work that we do, and to all of the council members. Thank you, guys. Thank you for hearing this. The social service component is truly important because we're working with the families and the trauma that they're experiencing, and we want to provide services that are survivor-driven, trauma-informed, and that allows us to do that work and complement the work of the LAPD. But we are happy to take specific questions that you might have concerning the social service component. I will say that we have worked very closely with the LAPD when they identify human trafficking survivors, connecting them to our hotline. I will say, I heard you say 97 pounds last year.
No, but the people talking, the LAPD people talking about, it sounds like it could, maybe not a task force, but something.
And I appreciate you highlighting that number because, again, what Deputy Chief Tingley.
I want to try to get their, try to get some cards.
They were derived from arrests associated with activities or interventions, if you will, with law enforcement. But we still know that beyond that, there are self-referred victims, families who are in the midst of just struggling to identify the resources and the support to aid family members. So that's what this is a combination of. When we talk about this,
I'm going to ask Duarte to help me find out and get the cards.
Right? This is a very
Duarte, wait.
It's global. It's one of the biggest issues.
Sir. I know he's always trying to dox me.
Okay. I want to, like the people up there, right? They're talking about human trafficking. I want to get their cards, and I want to know, what are they part of a task force? Like, who are they? Because we need to talk to them. Because in the blue building, they had someone with a help sign, like they wanted help, and the police came and they said, "Oh, they're fine," and and so they left. But I just want to get cards where we can. Come on, Duarte, be my hero. Duarte, come on, man. That's the chief. Do they scare you? I'm not scared. Are you scared of them? No, you're not scared of them? Okay. Duarte looks a little scared. Okay. But you can't you say that I'm like some like Karen that's like on like that you're scared of me, like I won't leave you alone, that I need this info? Okay, so be here. Can you hook come on, hook a sister up. I know. See, that's why I'm scared of. I'm scared of him. Like I'm more scared of him than I am them. I know. Like I know. And then I'll be like, I'll fling out. I should put my seatbelt on when I'm in here. Doherty's like, I think he's scarier than the brass, to be honest with you. You guys intimidated by him? No, he's not scared. No, he's scary though. Look, I mean, he's always threatening. Yeah. Come on.
He looks like a kindergarten teacher.
Don't you think Timu, TJ Hooker? We have names for everybody. See, me and my crew, we have Timu. Everybody's a Timu something. Like this is no disrespect. Timu, Mr. Clean, because he's big and bulky. Like he's like the muscle guy. Okay. Or who else could we get?
What about me? Huh?
I don't know. Guys, come on, Timu. Who?
He's the smart.
He's the brainy one.
That's the brains of the operation.
All right, the brains of the operation. We need. All right, we need a Timu. He's Timu who? Heavy? Like yeah. Yeah, you're a PhD.
One of the top two.
He's been trained for it. I have a
What counts? You have a degree?
pretty good.
Like Loyola? I know. That's law school. Like Harvard?
No,
Yeah.
wow. No, we didn't say kind of eminent concern with the security.
Okay.
Although I could have gone to Ivy School. It's
UCLA. Okay. The Rock. Okay, so which one's the Rock? That's just Timu the Rock?
The Rock. These
Huskies.
These are Huskies. And this is Timu. He's really smart and brainy apparently. And this is Timu TJ Hooker, right? Right? Isn't it TJ Hooker?
Arizona Online.
Arizona.
Phoenix University.
Phoenix University. Oh. Isn't that where they give like the diplomas in crayon? Like they write.
You just fill out your own name.
Yeah, you fill it out. Yeah, the computer thing, you sign your name. Yeah. That's cool. No, hey, I'm not gonna mock education. It's all good. Oh, which one's Vin Diesel? This one? Who's this guy? All right, guys, we need to Timu them all up. Adam West J. Adam West? Am I being sassy? I'm always sassy. I'm always sassy. But I need them to hook me up with this brass. They're kind of scared of the brass. I'll take all the blame. Like, I will say I demanded it. Like, I was willing to go be arrested if I can't talk to them.
Today?
Yeah, like, I'm willing to be arrested. He knows I'm willing. What do I just say? What do I ask him? What's your best? You're the smart ones. He's the brains of the operation. What do I ask him? They will. They're not mean and scary like him.
No, actually, they are.
In your efforts to prosecute,
They're
we've
held
identified,
to a high standard, so they will meet with you and ask you questions. If not, then they'll get you somebody that will answer.
Okay. Well, then I could go way down to their subordinates and file a complaint against them. I'll find some sergeant to.
Yeah, you can always do that.
Yeah. I'll do it.
So it's Campos. And Stoltz is probably still there.
Timu Kojak. Timu Kojak? Which one? Him? I don't know that one. He's.
You have to be WWF to know that. No.
Chief Beck, maybe.
Too much credit now.
No, but he's a handsome guy. Come on. Sheck the wrestler, the Iron Sheck wrestler. So is that who it is? Timo Abe Vigoda. They're saying. Oh, that's cruel, guys. That's cruel. I think he just killed his ego right there. I need that like. All right. Bye. So I'm gonna catch these guys. When do you think? Well, I want to catch them. So where do I catch them? Out here? But I still want to hear number 10. I want to come back for 10. Are they going to leave? Huh? Okay. Oh, yeah, because they'll probably shut me up. They'll probably yell at me. Oh, but those guys up there, they always yell, you know? They're mean. We elect them and they abuse us. Which one? Oh, the city council people? That's what I mean. They're going to be the ones yelling at me. I mean, Hugo looks like no. Hugo was cool with me. He was cool. Yeah, he set me up to his people, and he has his people talking to me. But I think Scientology is just too big for him too. I think they're too big for everyone. It's always worth a shot. Trying to save children from a cult, you know, it's not a bad thing. Because children cannot consent. All right, so I catch them here. Are you sure they're going to come out here? You're not going to sneak them out a back way? Huh? You sure? I want to catch them when they first come out because they might. Are you sure you're not going to? Is Timu TJ Hooker going to sneak him out a different door? Don't let him do that. Outsmart him. You're the smart one. Outsmart him. Like he has a crayon diploma. Okay, like you can. All right, no, I'm coming back for number 10. You don't get rid of me that easy, man. She's trying to get rid of me. Timu my pillow guy. that is a good one. Timu my pillow guy. That's funny. To me, he looks like Mr. Clean. You met Ava. He lived in my neighborhood in New York City. Always ran into him at the diner. Oh, that's so funny. I used to bump into a lot of people in New York City. Sorry, Miss. It's terrible. I don't know. Like, if you don't give me a reason to be nasty, like, I have no reason to be nasty. I gotta see these guys now. Like, if I start coming down here, I don't want enemies. I want their cooperation. We have to keep track, keep our mind on who's the enemy. TV Mr. Potato. You should have said that, Fat Grammy. That's so funny. I was like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. I'm sitting here using up my battery, I know. But I can't, I pace. I just can't help it but go in circles. So now, oh, it's nice that I'm glad we have a new council president. It must be weird because Paul Krikorian was getting a little too big for his britches in his last couple of weeks. You know, he was becoming a real jerk. But Bob Blumenfeld, I don't like that he's pro tem now because he is the one who, you know, remember the one with that they're trying to restrict the protesters' rights? That's him, Blumenfield, and Katie Yarovsky, those two. Those two we've got to keep an eye on. They're trying to restrict our rights. Because it's just it's a committee meeting late at night, late in the day. You have to be really devoted probably because they canceled the in-between meeting, so they would have had to wait. So say if city council got out at noon, they would have had to wait around for like 3.5 hours without that middle meeting. I'm impressed that Goat Puppet and 3 people stayed. But yeah, but I want to come to this one. This is the one I want to start going to because look, you get all these. I'm going to try. I'm at City Hall. I feel like he's going to sneak him out a different way, but I don't think. Hopefully, there is no other way. I like to listen to what they're saying, but I also want to get to the fire people. Or maybe I'll just sit out here. Sorry, guys, if it's boring. Or should I go back in? But then I might not be able to, they might get past me quick because I won't be able to get out the door quick because these doors are not kind of wonky. Oh, am I going to tell Katie to step down? Yeah, I can do that. Heck yeah, you know what? Well, I always try to give them room to change. You know what I mean? Like when it came to Public Works and asking her to step down, we've been going for months. Fat Grammy and I have been twice a week consistently for months since end of June. And it's just, finally it just came to the point where it's like, okay, you're not learning. So I'll definitely be able to I'll give her that, you need to get it together, the two of them. I'll definitely come against them for that because we can't just sit by and let them take away our rights. And you can't use, this one, they're afraid of this. Okay, well, there's already plenty of laws on the books that if somebody's doing something illegal, then you can deal with it. Heck, this city, they'll deal with it even if you're not doing something illegal. They'll make up laws. We learned that. So there's no need to restrict. Thank you, Fat Grammy. That's awesome if you could do that. Yeah, I've seen a couple smoking scans, and he's here every single time, except when he gets kicked out. Like there's times he's on a 24-hour ban or whatever, he can't come. But other than that, he'll be here. Oh, they're posting about it on Smoke and Scan? Well, thank you, Debbie. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate it. It helps to have the support. This one was sometimes it's hard, you get flustered. It's a lot, because you only get a certain amount of time and you have to do, it's 1 minute for general comment. I want all 3 minutes, so I gotta, find a way to, so I'm glad there was 2 really good ones, and I'm glad I came. Did I get denied the other day from, no, this morning at the police one, Fat Grammy and Goat Puppet did not get called on. I did get called on today, so did Henri and Kenny. But it's like a hit or miss. Sometimes Mona gets called on and I don't. They only take a certain amount of calls, sadly. Oh, me, I got a warning to stay on top. Not this, I get always warned to stay, because I do the backdoor thing. I'm always going to risk it, if I'm there and I have the time, I'm going to speak on just about every single item, and I'm going to try, and because sometimes you can get it in. Sometimes they really are sticklers. But the last Public Works, I just started warning the lawyer saying, I'm going to be making comparisons, but that does not mean that I'm off topic, and it worked because they didn't interrupt me at all the last Public Works meeting. Well, we'll see about this time. Oh, you weren't called on either, Amy? You tried? Oh, man. Oh, when I went into the luncheon that day, I'm trying to think what happened. Oh, probably in the afternoon meeting. Yeah, they do that. They always try to take you on, I don't want to get to me. Then you just have to rack your brain with trying to figure out how to get back on topic. Oh, thank you, Susan P. Hope this helps a little. It helps a lot, actually, a lot. I mean, you have no idea, so thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, yeah, when we went to the mayor's meeting, that was a lot of fun. That was amazing. And I'm trying to think of what meeting was after that. I forget. But anyway, yeah, they're always going to say, they want to. They don't want to hear from you. You have to understand, they're forced. They have to write laws. Like, that's the whole thing when you think about it, okay? This public comment stuff, it's by law. They're legally required to have their meetings in public and where the public can comment. Do it out of the goodness of the heart. They are legally required to do so by Brown. And so what they can do, though, their only fight back is like, it has to be in their purview. So like when you're going, like say I'm coming here to the public safety meeting, I can't go talking about, I don't know, marshmallow pie, whatever, like it has to be on topic. Well, purview, it has to be in the purview of what they can handle. And then for each agenda item, it has to be on the agenda item. So that's their power, is they can say, oh, you're off topic, and then they interrupt you. And then if they win, and the city attorney, whatever, doesn't interject, then they've taken away some of your time. It's a game, and you just have to know how to play the game and be willing to, and don't take it personally. They call it, off topic, okay. It's just know that they're playing a game. They don't want to hear from us. And they just want to be on doing what they want to do. Let's be honest, because they're trying to narrow this down. They're trying to they have to meet 3 times a week. They're trying to make where they only have to meet once a week. They really don't want to have to deal with us. But and just know that's going to happen. Sorry, I'm going on and on because I'm hoping these people come out soon. I'm waiting for everything else. Maybe I need to go in there and see what's going on. I feel like I'm missing. This is Los Angeles. I feel like I'm missing out on something. I feel like they rushed me out. See, now, the people coming before them, they don't have time limits. I mean, sometimes they do. They're restricted to 10 minutes or whatever.
I don't want to publicly talk about how we would do that, but we have techniques, both, again, physical and electronic, where we work with our federal partners and we'll be able to conduct surveillance.
It sounds like it's almost like a hearing for them. Can you guys hear? Yeah. Wait, this is the LAPD Office of Operations, which is part of the task force we already are dealing with. Okay, cool.
So that folks sort of understand that we are trying to do something, that there are some issues, that there are some resources.
I still try to get cards.
But how do you educate folks in the neighborhood who see this traffic all the time, who are perplexed by it, who report it?
So I'll speak specifically for South Bureau. We are actively engaging the community with our quarterly community meetings, and we started these recently centered on the Figueroa corridor. We're moving to the Western Avenue corridor next month. We recently partnered with Forgotten Children and the Council District 8, and we did a huge safe passage community cleanup along the Figueroa corridor where we had community members come out. We cleaned up trash, condoms, clothing, filled up trash bags of debris, and the community did that alongside of us, as well as the city attorney's office and the council district. We also gave out backpacks, and we talked to some of the students and families who have great concern walking to and from school during those hours where there's individuals unclothed and the concerns that they have. We've been very intentional about our communication and outreach in the community and doing those visible cleanups and support with supplies so that we can engage in that conversation.
Can you guys hear?
We know that the gangs have a role to play. Talk to me about their roles in human trafficking. We have a separate gang that handles that. That's something that handles the human trafficking unit. How do we interact with the gangs involvement?
There's definitely a gang involvement, almost to the point where rival gangs have called a truce as it relates to the trafficking. They're dividing up streets and avenues and blocks and getting along just for the purpose of making money to partake in this human trafficking activity. We have FBI task force, we have our gang and narcotics division, we have our FBI partners, and we're really addressing this at all levels. And
that's right,
gang activity is definitely infused in the human trafficking.
I agree.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. President.
I just want to say one thing in addition, Councilmember Price, so just kind of from an investigator standpoint, again, within Detective Bureau, our gang and narcotics division will coordinate those human trafficking investigations that, for instance, are centered on gang membership and gang activity. So they'll cross-pollinate, they'll talk about, how this gang is working this specific area, and that will give us additional intel regarding how we may be focusing and targeting our efforts, knowing that that gang is involved, knowing where that gang may have other places throughout the Los Angeles region where they have relatives, they may move trafficking victims, etc. That's specific to each gang in general, and we will engage divisional gang experts as well as our GAD folks to make sure that we identify the perpetrators and utilize that intel in our investigative efforts.
Has there been an uptick in the use of RVs, or have the RVs always sort of been part of the mix here, or have they all?
Specific to RVs, as a base for trafficking, we have not seen that, specifically at the investigative level.
See, they're trying to justify them crushing people's RVs, I think.
Encampments specifically, but not as an origin.
I'm glad he's saying that. No, it's not.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair.
Yeah,
thanks so much for this report.
They do have those,
I'm very happy to
LED ones might be cool because I can put a backpack back
priority is to rescue
the one where you can have different messages. That might be a cool idea.
Human trafficking. I might have missed this, but I heard the numbers for the South Bureau and the Valley Bureau, but were there any numbers for the West Bureau?
Because West Bureau doesn't have the organized task force like Valley in South Bureau does. But do you have?
All the bureaus
So
would
I
be
have
having.
citywide, and then we may have different numbers. Basically, the last
That would be fun. That'd be good. That is a good idea. Because it could be changed for every different meeting or something. It could be a different message.
September 7th in West Bureau.
Because I can't really pass out stuff. I need one hand for my camera, one hand for my to maneuver the chair. So that's a great way of getting info out.
For Central Bureau, we were at 84 for 2024, and then 105 for 2023. So again, a little bit of a downtick. I would though say when we talk about human trafficking,
I have a bag back there because you need a backpack to be able to take stuff. So I always have something like a backpack. My backpack broke, so I don't have the backpack anymore. I just have a bag. But if you have one with those LED, messages, like Confident Chris has, that would work. That's pretty good. That's a great idea.
working with the SVD and FBI.
And I don't know if metal would stick to this. Yeah, like Chris's backpack would work.
I asked that because obviously Councilman Park brought up a point about.
Because I need a backpack anyway for it. Because the bag I have now is my backpack broke. Now this bag is ripped because you know you're getting on and off buses. It's the wear and tear. They don't last forever. But that's a good one to get. Oh, it's got stolen. Figures that they're gonna want that.
Kind of that area, and also.
Yeah, no, I put backpacks on the back of the chair. I have to have either a backpack or a bag on the back of my chair to carry my stuff.
More constituent concerns about this. You know, I'm actually going to meet with some of the service providers to get an understanding of, you know, sort of the work that they do. But I think my concern might be that it's rather than addressing the issue, sort of moving. I don't have any proof, but we've heard that from some of the SLOs in Wilshire and Olympic, that usually what happens is when certain areas have a little more, you know, a little more intention, that the valley sort of goes up. And
I have to figure out how to get back into my. I can't even. I have to figure out how to update my Amazon wish list.
Sort of that.
I'm so like I'm not good at the techie stuff. I'll have to figure that out. Wow, I didn't realize this car got broken into.
Sort of our approach in those areas, like on Western and Santa Monica, and maybe in the valley, which might have. Well, actually, the valley has that, but yeah.
I'm gonna leave after these guys leave. I'm gonna try to catch them, and then I'm gonna leave.
Attention to those areas.
Because it's gonna be it's getting towards
while we talk a lot
busy time on the buses and trains.
Thoroughfares, definitely West Bureau has its own.
Oh, thank you, Michelle.
That we at DSPD contact with, so definitely we are well aware of Santa Monica.
Yeah, I'm so bad with techie stuff. I didn't know he got it broken into.
Enrolling downtown specific to that corridor, I'm happy to follow up with OWB and share concerns of possible increase of human trafficking activity and include them.
Sure. Okay. And then also I think what was missing in the numbers, at least for me, is the success rate of someone. You know, so the way I sort of imagine it is there's an arrest, right? And the idea is to make sure that we rescue the person. There's, I assume, a warm handoff to one of the nonprofits, but do we have any data about the success of that? I mean, I've heard of so many instances where, you know, and this is just colloquial, it's just you know, anecdotal, it's more anecdotal, but that it's like, how do we make sure that that person is like safe for good? Like, do we know what the rates are of people coming back into the sort of that lifestyle?
We do not. That has been something that our teams have asked for years, just so that we know the resources that we are utilizing and providing are successful. Oftentimes, that information is confidential. If the child, our rescues, like our 97 rescues year to date, were from 11 to 17 years old. Those get handed off to DCFS, and you know, we're moving on to the next rescue. So on the back end, we don't know the success rate. And
we need Surgeon Laura to come talk at this meeting.
But I'm not sure if the service providers track that.
Right.
That's funny, Charles.
That would actually require a council member a longitudinal study. So we would have to look at intake where they were identified as a victim of trafficking, and they would have to work with the service providers to make sure that they don't return. I think one of the most effective ways to analyze that is to see if there's additional activity afterwards. So in other words, if they're engaged in trafficking later on, then we would know that they returned to that world. But it would require a longitudinal study in coordination with DCFS and the other service providers to make a determination as to whether they return to their family, they were reunified with the family, parent, guardian, fostered, etc. And then make a determination as to whether there was recidivist activity and they became engaged in that again. Usually when that happens, because the trafficker comes around again, or a different trafficker comes around and forces them back into that type of activity.
One of the things, too, Councilman, that we've learned is some of the group homes become recruiting grounds for the victims being trafficked. And so you get into a safe space in a group home, and those locations are found out, and then as they're walking to school, they're being enticed back into it as well.
And no, I mean, just because it's coming up as a recent issue in my district, I'm starting to get more hands-on and understand. And I've heard that, and it's just absolutely tragic to hear that that's happening. So that's why I asked the question, because then the question comes up as, well, what are the resources and attention that we need to try to fight for and scrap for in the city, so that when the person is rescued, that we try to have 100% success rate, right, that person doesn't return. Do you have any data on how many of those arrests, or sorry, how many of those rescues were repeat people?
I do not, but I could probably put it together to figure that out, yes.
Because I would assume if the person is now a second time or a third time,
Wow, that's so sad. They get help. They get placed in a shelter for help. I mean, a safe house, and then they get trafficked from there. Unbelievable.
More attention, right? More resources. Yeah, just because we know they're back on there.
I would actually love to use, so Councilmember Park addressed that.
It breaks my heart.
So along those same lines, let's say we become aware that someone's returning to the Los Angeles region, they're previously arrested human trafficker, and we know they're traveling with someone else. So again, in that particular scenario, our federal partners, they advise us, hey, this person that we've been dealing with, that we've been watching, is now en route to the Los Angeles region via LAX. And then we would be ready to identify that person arriving, and then we would, again, utilize investigative techniques and resources, follow them upon their arrival to the Los Angeles area, to the city of Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's just unbelievable.
And we would observe them, conduct investigations.
Hey, Bo and the Go, how are you?
Eventually, if we know they're traveling in violation of
this is like hard to listen to, but they need to get like Sergeant Laura in their ears.
Something that we can enforce right away, that we would take effective means before the people are about to tackle someone or find new trafficking victims, affect that arrest, and just
okay, Usam, please stop spamming.
Just as an example,
I bet you know, say your thing, but
with how we conduct our investigation.
if you're gonna keep spamming, I'm gonna kick you out. So we got your message. Thank you for stopping by. But please stop spamming. Last warning. Okay, goodbye.
It's so multifaceted. Law enforcement efforts alone, obviously the hotlines, but when we talk about the resources, everyone is stretched there. And that, the bottom line, your task force is, as, with all the task forces that we create in order to
we are at LA City Hall. This is the Public Safety Committee. Right now they have the chiefs, different chiefs, bureau chiefs of LAPD and commissioners talking about human trafficking and the resources that they have. I did get to speak on it. In my public comment in my agenda items, but I would love to get Laura and Serge down here, even just to grab them in the hall.
So we have to start digging deeper with different levels of government.
Oh no, he said I could go up right. Do you want me to go? No, they let me go up front. I'm back here because once they leave, I want to catch them and get their cards if I can. If I'm up there, by the time I get back, they'll be out the room. So they've been good to me.
What I've learned in this position is that, everyone's doing their best, and with very limited resources.
It does, but I want to go. I know everyone says that. It looks like a church, but no, this is City Hall. This is the main council. This is where City Council sits. And but right now, this is one of their committees. And they don't always sit here, but very often they do. Yeah, you gotta be strategic, man. I want to catch them. That's why, yes, I'm glad if you couldn't hear, then I would risk it. Now I would go up that side where they're gonna come out, but since you can hear, it's good. I'm gonna catch them.
It's such a big issue, but you know, trying to see if maybe there's
Yeah,
something there.
it's so,
Just make it a little bit better.
if you can
But I
zoom
really
in, see
appreciate
there's like a
what you're
barrier, it's like a lot of space between
It's painfully,
the public and them.
you know, again,
Very
it
much
preys
separated.
on the innocence and ignorance of people not knowing that
very,
they're being trapped in many of these circumstances. When we talk about the predatory practices that young people are exposed to, it's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking.
It is
Which is why these expanded efforts to just
But they need to include Scientology into this mix.
with communication.
Yes,
and I think, you know,
that's what I'm hoping.
obviously,
I'll try to keep it on my, like advance notice. We didn't have a lot of advance notice. I mean, the advance notice was there, but I wasn't really paying attention. I'm going to pay attention to this committee. Because it's very important one. This is the one where it's police and fire always coming here. No, they don't care what we have to say. Like I said, they're legally required to let us speak.
It's sadly and tragically enormous. But I think, I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No, I just appreciate the, you know, the informal back and forth. No, I just want to say, you know, I agree with you, and I was just going to ask about the labor.
That's Hugo.
Still waiting for that.
All right, Hugo, you have enough.
Thank you so much.
You have all these Scientology buildings in your district. You need to be.
Councilmember, I did want to address one thing that you just identified, and that is that chasm between, for instance, the referrals they get, the number there, the north of 1,000 number.
Interesting.
And then you look at our very north of 100 number of arrests. So again, you look at that separation where each one of those were a victim. What we would love to do on the law enforcement side is that
that's Hugo.
Identify that quite often, unfortunately, a lot of these victims do not.
I'm gonna hit his person up again, see what they're doing. I mean, like the fire department came one day, whatever, they had it open for a day. I really wonder if it's the mayor putting the kibosh on everything, because it's like everybody's afraid, or it's just so weird. I've never seen anything like this. It's coming from really high.
Are moving in circles, and we know those circles are interconnected. And where the rubber meets the road,
right? Yes, it's beyond sex trafficking.
And we're making those efforts every day. The other thing I want to talk about is moving into these events that are coming, World Cup, Olympics, etc. One of the things I was involved in my prior vice career was the civil side, the civil forfeiture vehicles, etc. And I don't know if that's something this body is willing to reconsider regarding that as an effective tool. But I think moving forward, especially as we approach the Olympics, which we're really in a 3-year time span, because we really have to be prepared well ahead of the opening ceremony. I think we need to evaluate and look at what tools have been effective nationwide in preventing the activity, identifying the perpetrators, and leading to effective prosecutions, and looking at the best practices nationwide.
Well, thank you, colleagues, and thank you all for your work again, recognizing full well that out in the field for law enforcement, from the agencies that provide victim services and support ongoing from the, you know,
that's awesome, Poetico. I love it.
We know we are resource short, and we continue to try and piece it all together. But it's not without deep appreciation that we know that it's very difficult work, but to the greatest extent that we can really start to put our heads together and look at how we ramp up, knowing that there's just historically greater activity that occurs with these large-scale events because people find more opportunities, get to exploit more individuals, or out of fact, there's so much kind of newly introduced chaos of the masses that they exploit these opportunities. And so we just want to do our parts to make sure that we're all thinking about, you know, getting ahead of that going forward. But we're deeply appreciative of the work, the ongoing work that each of you are involved in, and all of the agencies that you all represent behind you for their contract work.
Great point, YRB.
I know I know those organizations, and they do incredible work with the survivors, and so we're grateful.
They do so much work, and it's hard. It's very challenging, right? Working and hearing the stories.
Yeah.
And now you go across the country, Amy.
It's emotionally draining to know what so many people have endured and continue to. And so we have to continue to work towards helping to save more. So with that, I wanted my deep gratitude for this entire community. So thank you. And with that, we'll go ahead and note and file as this was.
Okay, guys.
Thanks, Madam Chair. Councilmember Rodriguez.
Aye.
Councilmember Lee. Absent. Councilmember Carter.
Yes.
Councilmember Price.
I'm going to bounce on him.
Yes.
What's this?
Don't let him out till I get out.
I got to get in position to pounce on him. Any particular chief you need me to accidentally? No, I'm kidding. I was gonna say, roll their toes. I'm joking. I would never ever. Sir, are you with a certain group or something that we can, victims of Scientology that want to reach out and be heard?
Oh, I'm in the budget office.
Are you the budget office? Okay. Oh, thank you. Is it coming? Hi. Is there any way, like a card or anything, or what group are you working with? Because I am trying to speak up on behalf of actual friends of mine who have been trafficked by Scientology. They couldn't be here for today's meeting, so I'm here on their behalf, and they would really like to speak to somebody about how they were trafficked.
Probably our social workers down there coming out. So they're like victims. They're victims of the trafficking.
Okay. Well, I won't put cameras on them, you know, I don't want to put anyone on film, but I'm trying to stand up for, I do advocacy, but I also, we're protesting the trafficking aspect of Scientology. There's victims who have been trafficked they're friends of mine, and they are like trying to be heard, and they want justice, and it's still going on. There's still people. There was like at the Blue Building, there was a sign for help on the inside, and the police were called, and they did come, but they said, oh no, everything's fine. And then they went and they took down the help sign, and we don't know, like we're all still haunted.
Specific that they can reach out to someone, or just
Yeah, for their experiences, yes. For their yes, I have people with their own experiences and would love justice for what they've been through being trafficked by Scientology. Absolutely.
Do you have like their contacts, or how would
Yes.
you reach out to them?
I could give you my email address, or I could give them my email address and try to connect them to the actual survivors. And are you your commander? Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
But I give you a card, you can email me, and
Yes.
then I can connect them.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, because we're really trying to get justice. They want justice. They're trying to be heard, and we want them heard, and then we want them to be.
Okay, so here's my email.
Okay.
That would be the best. Okay. And
Thank
then
you,
I
sir.
can refer them.
You're gonna hear. I'm Audit LA. Audit LA. That's you, and I'll be emailing you from Audit LA.
Or give my email address to them, and they could also reach out.
Perfect. I will do that.
Refer them appropriately.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah, he's a commander. It's like, yes, he's commander of the his serial number is 32466. He's a commander. Is there anyone out there? You got it. Just ask. Worst they can do is say no. It's the worst they can do. Hi. Do you have a task force or anything for human trafficking survivors? Because I'm here on behalf of some survivors they were trafficked by Scientology, and they couldn't be here at today's meeting, but they want justice nonetheless. And I did speak, Mr. Liam said he could try to hook me up with people. Well, Commander Liam, I don't want to be, yeah. I'm just trying to see if anyone else has cards. Okay, so he's okay, and I'll have you, thank you, sir. All right. I hope he does too. Okay, Serge, Laura, everyone else in LA that's ever been affected by LA human trafficking. We got he said he's willing to listen and connect you, so I want to see if there's anyone else in there, then I want to get out of here. It's already almost 5 o'clock. Oh, it's okay, they're done for the day. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, let me keep that, and I will. So Serge and Laura, and then whoever you need to give that info to, he said he will to give it to you guys directly. And sometimes you just have to build a relationship, build rapport, it can't always be adversarial, like sometimes it needs to be adversarial, and sometimes it needs to be cooperative. It depends, and so this, hopefully, now if he doesn't do what he's promised to do, and I have him on tape, then we blast him. If he ignores everything, then we put him on blast. He's a commander. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone, I think, because the meetings are over. And I want to go, to the ladies' room and stuff before I get out of here. It's getting desolate in here. It's already at the end of the day. So, guys, I want to thank everyone for being there. I'm not the water didn't say goodbye. How dare you, sir? Yeah. You know what? That's okay. Next time, I'll get on him for that. He probably got scared of the commanders and stuff. He's probably in the corner shivering, scared. Poor Dorothy. But anyway. I have like a minimum, I guess all said and done, but tell you what, probably about an hour and a half to get home. So that's why I stick around, because it's and all in all, it's probably going to be like 3 hours worth of traveling by start to finish. So maybe 2.5. So you got to get the most out of it. Yeah, Gypsy, that's like tomorrow's meeting and stuff. Like today it was about human trafficking. So you only get so many seconds to be able to talk. So it gets literally just barely, so you have to kind of pick and choose. So I do a little bit at different times. So tomorrow, Public Works is where we start nailing them on the permits, because they're in charge of the street. Like if I'm talking to a commander, I don't really want to talk to him about, a street permit issue when he's a human trafficker. You know what I mean? Not human trafficker, forgive me, commander. He's on human trafficking, I can't even think of the word. I'm getting tired. But, so I wanted to do that with him. But absolutely, we're not going to forget these permits. I mean, because now I see super cool that it's up to the end of October now, and it's utterly ridiculous, and enough's enough. So we're going to hammer them. That's Public Works. Well, let's see if can you, excuse me, there's people, survivors of Scientology, human trafficking. We're going to be coming. We hope you can help them. Can't think of his name. He's a council person. Also, Scientology is getting endless street closure permits. Can you please do a law to close the loop where you cannot get endless 6 months worth of permit closures? It's not fair to the community. We really, really, please need some kind of restriction. Please, sir and ma'am. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, since May 29th, that's been endless, so. Starting rumors. No, I just wanted to, that was, I don't, sometimes, he's not nice. I mean, he's the one that didn't step down when he should have stepped down, because he figured that people will forget what he did. So that's that guy. Anyway, that's okay, They heard me. It doesn't matter. They can be rude. Like, I don't get intimidated by rude or, so what? It's it's fine. They're rude. But they heard me. You know what I mean? They still heard what I had to say, even though they wish they didn't. But they did. Because I'm a loudmouth. I'm a big mouth. So I know I spoke loud enough. They heard me. So it's all good. But anyway, okay, as I was saying, I always say my goodbyes. So thank you, everyone, for being there, for supporting, for the gifts, for the comments, for the ideas, for help, for my mods, for all you do, for, and for everybody. I just thank all of you. And now I'm going to go. I won't say it. That was funny, though, hippie chick. That was pretty funny. Then I'm going to go home. I have a long way home. But anyway, it's worth it. Talk to you later, guys.